Well, greetings and salutations, test takers. This is the Series 7 Guru coming to you from my off-grid studio in an undisclosed location with another explication request. If you have an explication request, send it to explication request at guruexamprep.com. I get very frustrated with questions like this. I don't know why test prep vendors would even give you such outrageous questions. I don't know, make you feel bad about yourself. you know, First point, margin is very lightly tested on Series 7. Don't overdose. This is a waste of your time to be spending a lot of time on margin. There's 2, 3, 4 questions. They're very straightforward, nowhere near as complicated as this. It's more like a Series 4 or 9 kind of a question, or even 24. All right, let's get started on the question. On the same day, a customer buys 100 shares at 56, sells short 200 shares at 51. So we should know that Reg T says I'm going to have to come up with half of the 56, half of the 51. You sell a 60 call at 1, that's a covered call. So as a margin clerk, I'm not going to ask you for any margin for the 60 call because you actually have the stock in the account. In fact, I'm going to let you use the money you get from that call to meet the margin call. Be careful. There's a difference between what is a margin requirement and what is the margin call. 2XYZ 50 puts, so you have an obligation to buy 200 shares. You need to do that anyways because you're short. So you're considered covered on the puts as well. I'm not going to ask you for any margin requirement there. In fact, you can use that premium as well to meet the margin call. The customer must deposit. So it's not about the margin requirement. It's about the difference between what you need and what you got. All right, so let's go through this. The ABC 100 shares at 56 is 5,600. Half of that is 2,800. So that's the margin requirement for the long position. 200 shares short at 51. That's a market value 2,200. Half of that is 5,100. So that's the margin requirement for the short sale. As I told you, there is no margin requirement for the call or the put because it's a covered call and it's a covered put as it relates to margin. So the margin requirement is 7,900. If that had been what is the margin requirement, that would be the answer. That's not the question. The question must deposit. So as your margin clerk, I say, listen, you need 7,900. You already have 900 from the options in your account. You got $100 from selling the call, and you got $800 for selling those two puts contracts at 4. So you have 900 already in the account. So you need to send me the difference. So the answer to this question is C, $7,000. Please, in the future, if you have an explication request and you send me the screenshot, send me the answer and the rationale as well. It is not my job to do your practice questions. So after you've attempted the question and you miss it, send me the screenshot and I'm more than happy to help. All right. Well, remember, inch by inch, your exam is a cinch, yard by yard, your exam is hard, and I will see you for the next explication request.